Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is verb phrase 237. The verb phrase today is drone on. Okay, let's take a look at the note here. If someone says that another person drones on, it means that he or she talks continuously or at length, really over a long period of time in a low-pitched, boring way that is often described as monotone. What do we mean by monotone? Anytime you hear mono as a prefix or a word beginning, it means like one tone. So it's a voice where it has no excitement level. It doesn't go higher and it doesn't go lower. It just stays on that one level. That's what we mean by monotone. So if somebody was just speaking a little bit like this, and their voice level is not going higher or low, that would be like monotone. So I'm only doing that just to give you an example of what monotone is like. All right, let's continue here. The origin of this phrase dates back to the 16th century. It came from the idea of bees, how the sound that bees make while flying. Thus, the phrase to drone on was born, referring to speaking in a monotone voice, similar to the persistent sound of a bee's hum. Remember, bees, it's not going higher and it's almost just staying on that one level. And of course, if people did this all the time, we would probably think it's more boring. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So we got 3 examples here. We need a more exciting and enthusiastic speaker. Mr. Smith just drones on and puts the audience to sleep. Okay, good. Number 2 here. It is hard for me to concentrate on that class. The professor just drones on and on about boring material. Okay, good. And number 3 here. In the old movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it's very old. It goes back to the 1980s. I don't know if you remember the actor Matthew Broderick. He was pretty big at the time, but he was still very young in this movie. He was supposed to still be in high school, actually. And he cut class for the day. That was his day off, basically. So in the old movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, there was an economics teacher who drones on and on. Yeah, so if you're familiar with that movie, you want to go back and find it, and you hear his voice, how he spoke in class about economics. It was a perfect example of what we mean by when people drone on and on. They stay at that monotone level that really could put people to sleep. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.